Information or this video is all about my dad's hip replacement and useful information for people that are also going to have a hip replacement or know someone that's going to have a hip replacement. So it's kind of catered to that audience and my family members and close friends. So if you don't have any interest in this, just watch the last one about European carry-on. But here's me and my dad. All right, Pops. Okay. All right, so we're going to do the video.
All right.
Okay, so my sister's used up all the hot water, my sister Megan, so I thought it was the perfect time to shoot a video. That's why I'm in a towel and my dad's sweatshirt here. So, Pops.
Yes.
This is my dad, Frank. He just had a hip replacement surgery, which is the reason why I'm back in the States. I left Sicily to come back for it, and he's recuperating well. So Dad, I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions, and we're gonna tell people, because this is gonna be kind of like an informative video for people that don't know people that had their hip surgery.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you talking about your experience.
Okay.
Okay. So, first off, how long were you in pain before you actually got the surgery?
Well, almost a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was holding off. I thought the pain would be somewhat limited, but it just kept getting exacerbated and wouldn't stop. So I finally had to back off my work and think about getting surgery done. And I finally did. Yeah,
so my dad's the kind of person where he's very strong. He's not into like medication, and you pass that down to me. We're just like, if we don't need a Tylenol or something to help us, we not into that. And so you're the kind of person that works through pain.
Yes.
Like if there's a problem, like okay, like I can deal with it. And I'm really glad that you passed that along to me. I got that from you definitely, but it got to a point where it was just so much pain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's talk about the surgery itself. So my dad, he's never been intentionally drunk. There was a chief in Samoa that made you drink, how much was it? A pint of whiskey?
Yeah.
He drank,
a large glass. I'm sure how much it was, but it was about a glass about this tall, and he insisted that I drink it down, take it like a shot.
So my dad was in a situation where this chieftain was pretty much like, drink this or we're gonna kick your butt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he had that. You accidentally got drunk one time at New Year's, right? You had a little too much champagne.
I would recall that one.
Remember you were telling me you were on that date with that girl, and then you had to.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't drunk, but I got sick. Sick from it.
So very, very limited experiences with alcohol. Like, very responsible drinker. Have a glass of wine, a glass of beer with dinner. Not so much recently, but back in the day. And you've never done drugs, right, Dad?
Oh no.
Definitely. Never imbibed in any illegal substances. And so for the surgery, instead of giving him anesthesia, they gave him an epidural, pretty much like what you would have when you're like a woman's having a child, a pregnancy, to kind of operate on you. And then they just put him. They didn't give him anesthesia, but they gave him something to kind of like knock him out a little bit, so he didn't feel the pain and hear what was going on. So talk about your experience with coming out of that anesthesia or that epidural.
Well, it was just suddenly waking up and going, my goodness, what have I been through here? I've been gone from this planet for a period of time. I just felt strange, but the relief from the pain was marvelous.
Yeah.
It was really a good experience.
Yeah, it was really rough for me seeing him kind of, I haven't seen them since last June, so it's March now. It's been almost a year, and coming here and seeing, my dad hobbling along and barely being able to walk, that's a real killer for me, and obviously I can only imagine what it feels like for him. And so seeing you come out of that state of not being here with the spinal block and everything.
Yeah.
It was a very interesting experience, and I looked at it as almost like a scientific experience, hearing your descriptions of the experience itself. And it was, and you said something to the effect of how, even with all your schooling and your degrees and stuff, you would never experience anything like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. very different.
Yeah, but so you had that, and then the pain relief you noticed instantaneously.
Mm-hmm.
It was instantaneous. You didn't feel the pain anymore, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the recuperation from the actual surgery itself. So you were in the hospital. So we had the surgery that took place on the Thursday, and the recuperation, you had a full day on Friday in the hospital.
Yeah.
Which is, they say, the second and the fifth days are the most painful. That's what our doctors told us. So the second day was you had bouts of pain, right?
Yeah. It was a very, very strange. Any movement almost created a surge of pain.
Yeah. And so obviously, with something like a hip replacement, you're literally getting the bone, chopping it off, and putting like a rod on there, to my knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I wasn't in the surgery, but that's what my knowledge is of it. So with that, you have this whole foreign object in your body that your body kind of needs to get used to. So it does make sense that there's going to be pain. But what kind of issues? Like, what should people expect if they're getting a hip replacement surgery? What kind of stuff should they expect?
Well, initially, probably a pretty painful response as your body attempts to recover. It's something that just it varies apparently with individuals, from what I've heard, with how intense the pain can be. But it's going to be there, as far as I know. And I definitely had a pretty strong surge of pain here, and still working it out. But the first day to day and a half was very intense. It was almost like you couldn't even breathe without feeling a surge of pain. So it's something to be ready to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely something to be aware of. Like, you're gonna experience pain. Come here, Foxy. Come here. You're gonna experience pain. It's a hip replacement. It's a major surgery. Come here. Here you go. It's a major surgery. So you're gonna have a level of pain, but something that I wanted to touch on too, Pops, was the fact that, so like we said before, he doesn't take any pain medications typically, but for the surgery, obviously, since the levels are a lot more extreme than just average living, he has taken a pain medication. But something that we wanted to address with him, or that I wanted to address with you, is that I'm not a fan of opiates. There's a huge opioid addiction in this country, and while I don't think that my dad's going to be addicted, I want to be careful. I want to be safe with that. And so when he was on Oxycontin, he actually had a negative reaction. That was when the pill that kind of made your memory pretty bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so talk a little bit about that. How is that for you, taking this medication that, it's a medication to help pain, but it has this extremely negative side effect?
Yeah, it's you could just, like right now, talking and trying to think, what did I just say, and try to come back to it and put things together and so on. It definite impact, and to recall experiences and so on was difficult also.
So it affected both your short and long-term memory.
Yeah.
So now what he's doing, instead of being on the extreme of Oxycontin, he's on hydrocodone. So Vicodin, kind of like your lower level pain medication that has an opiate in it. And how is that working for you? You're not having the same negative side effects as you did with the stronger stuff, right?
Yeah. It's calmed down quite a bit.
Yeah. Are there any negative side effects that you feel like you're experiencing?
In comparison, no, I don't think so. I think it's been pretty stable and feels better.
Yeah. So overall, I would say that this is, for a major surgery, this is a fairly pleasant experience overall. Like as compared to living with the pain of that.
Oh yeah.
Your hip, would you, like, in your opinion, would you say that it's worth it to have had the surgery?
Well, definitely, because I felt very limited. I could barely walk. I couldn't stand up for any length of time, and it would just cut down almost everything that I could do other than read a book or watch TV, and that certainly didn't fit my lifestyle. So, yeah, I feel this was definitely the right direction to go in.
Yeah. If you had anything to kind of add, like, let people know anything that we didn't cover, like, what would you want to say to them, Pops?
Well, I guess just be, determined at what you want to accomplish, and be ready for, some difficult discomfort, but at the same time, the reward is definitely worth it. So.
Oh, that's great. Well, Pops, thanks for doing this interview.
Hey, you're welcome.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. We're gonna get him some oatmeal and me some coffee. But you guys, thanks for watching. Dad, tell him to subscribe. Say subscribe to this video. Subscribe to his channel.
Oh yeah, please do. Please subscribe to this channel.
Awesome. All right. Bye, you guys. Dad, do the monk thing that you did, the dominoes thing.
I play dominoes better than you do. No, you don't. Yes, I do.